It's October the 18th, and this is your Pacific Palisades real estate market update. I'm James Respondek with Rodeo Realty. I've sold hundreds of homes to generations of Palisadians. Here is this week's important market activity. There are 79 listings. That's down 4 from last week. I just listed an amazing jewel box in Castellamare. I love Castellamare. It feels like the Amalfi Coast of the Palisades. Now, this property is owned by a designer. The attention to detail is extraordinary, and the views are next to none. Unbelievable. You can see the dolphins, the sailboats, sunrise, sunset. I mean, the whitewater waves. This house feels like, it is super yummy. You've got to see it. I'll be open on Sunday. It's listed for $4.5 million. Just listed in the Upper Riviera, 1529 Amalfi Drive, listed for a tidy $25 million. Now this is a Kenunger that sold in 21 for 21 million, 21 and 21, okay? And it's just been beautifully customized by the designers Ward and Pierce. Now, I say it's been beautifully done, but it does have a very specific feel about it. I like it, but is it going to be right for everybody? We'll find out. That's the challenge when you customize things. The views are amazing. You have beautiful mountain and canyon views, and I love this location. I mean, it right in there with all the big dogs of the Upper Riviera. It's 9,350 square feet on a 17K lot, and it's again listed at $25 million. Just listed in Sunset Mesa, 18300 Coastline Drive for almost $6 million. It's a 1968 one-story contemporary that's been redone, and this is on the front row of Sunset Mesa. So the views here are spectacular. It's almost 3,000 square feet, and I like it a lot. It's like on a little cul-de-sac kind of street on coastline. You have to see it to understand it. Just listed in Santa Monica Canyon, 541 Stassi Lane, listed for $11 million. Now this is a 2019 architectural design by the famous Ray Cappy, or the late famous Ray Cappy, I should say. It's 5,400 square feet on a 9,900 square foot lot, has great canyon views. You know, it has a really, really gorgeous decks and a pool and a sports court. Just listed in the Alphabet Streets, 1047 Kagawa, listed at $10,450,000. Wow. This is brand new construction, and it's, they're calling it modern coastal. It's kind of like the modern farmhouse. It's the style du jour right now. And it's 6,650 square foot house on a 6,500 square foot lot. How's that work? Well, it's 3 stories. That's how it works. And it's got all the goodies, the home theater, the gym, the rooftop deck, the elevator, and all that good stuff. And you can still walk into the village, which everybody loves. Just listed in Paseo Miramar is 620 Resolano, listed at $8.5 million. This is a 1962 vintage. Now, this is also a Ray Cappy, which kind of confounds me. I think it must have been commissioned because it's not his standard kind of modern fare that he does. It is, a nice design. It was redone about 20 years ago. It's got great decks and a nice lap pool and amazing views. It does sit high up there. It's got amazing views. For context, this sold in 22 for 7.4. So some might argue that 22 was the peak of the market for some houses. Anyway. Just listed in the Huntington Palisades, actually, it just went under contract, I heard also. 444 Ocampo, $8,350,000. Now, this house has a kind of amazing pedigree. It was once owned by Henry Miller, the famous author, and holy Batcave, Adam West, who was, Batman in the TV series. So it's a classic Monterey colonial, and it's about 4,000 square feet on a 93 or 9,400 square foot lot. It kind of surprised me because it's got that more classic floor plan and all that, but I guess the charm and the pedigree went a long way. Plus the Huntington is in super high demand. Just listed in the Palisades Highlands, 1786 Michael Lane for $2,350,000. Now this is a 1977 vintage. They're calling it bungalow style. I guess it is contemporary bungalow. 1,800 square feet on a 6,700 square foot lot. Now this has been nicely updated in areas, and it's nice and bright, you know, nice. It really feels like a value at this price, I gotta say, because it also has some views out the back. Just listed in the Lower Marquez Knolls, 17089 Bollinger Drive, listed at $2.4 million. It's a small house, 1,100 square feet. And the lot is a good size. I think it's 10,500. Not all that's flat, but a good portion of it is. Got a nice yard in the back. Now listen, at 2.4, and it has views. I think it's a deal. It'll depend how the geo pans out because there is, you know, a hillside in the back there. So check that out. Just sold in the Huntington Palisades, 820 Alma Real Drive, sold for $9.8 million. It's a 2009 traditional, kind of Hampton style, good sized house, 6,400 square feet on an 8,600 square foot lot. And you know, this Hampton style is, you know, like very befitting of the Huntington, so they love that in there. Also had a pool, nice private yard, and it's close to the village. Just sold in the Palisades Highlands, 1204 Piaja Murata, sold for $3.4 million. This was $400 under the ask. It's a 1989 contemporary. I'd give it a kind of like a little French look a little bit. It's got sort of a French mansard thing going on a little bit in my mind. 5,100 square feet on a 15K lot, and it had views out the back. Wow, it had, you know, some updates, but it's mostly original. But check this out, $670 a foot. That value blows me away. And across the street, you have that nice, you know, community pool and tennis courts and stuff. I don't know, I love that value. Just sold in Santa Monica Canyon, 400 Sycamore for $2.9 million. A 1935 vintage country English, 1,900 square feet on a 4,600 square foot lot. So very original, but also very charming gardens. I love Santa Monica Canyon. It's kind of got my vibe. I like it. Just sold in Santa Monica Canyon, another one, 363 Sumac Lane for $3 million. This is the first time this is sold in 50 years. Wow, 1921 vintage cottage, 2,000 square feet on a 5,400 square foot lot, decent sized lot for the canyon there. You know, pretty nice. It sold immediately, so $3 million. And last but not least, another just sold in Santa Monica Canyon, 460 Sycamore, sold for $2,250. Now this was $400 under the ask. It's a 1965 traditional, 1,900 square feet on a 4,800 square foot lot. You know what? It needed a lot of work. I did like the potential of this a lot when I walked through it, so I think it was a nice deal. I hope this information has been helpful to you, and if you're looking to find your perfect property, I see more property than probably anybody in the Palisades. Or if you're thinking of selling, there's still low inventory, so it's a great time to sell. Call me, I'd love to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.